I wanted to review one of the most useful tools for luthier work, which is the rigid spindle belt sander. It comes with 5 different spindles: 1/2, 3/4, 1 inch, 1.5 inches, and 2 inches. And then it also has a belt attachment that comes with it that slops right on. It's a really useful tool in the sense that you have a lot of different options with the machine. This table moves up and down from a 45-degree angle, so if you need to do curves for smaller work, you can do that. It's also got a port adapter to connect your dust collector or vacuum cleaner. If you're doing a dust collector, you got to get a 2-inch to 4-inch port adapter. But with the different variety of sanding sleeves today, you can do a lot of aggressive sanding on the sides with like a 40 to 60 grit. Then you can move all the way up to a 200, 300 grit sanding sleeve. A mirror finish on the sides relatively quickly with this type of sanding. What's nice about the belt sanding piece is if you get the right belts, which are the blue belt, and these belts last the longest, and you get the most bang for your buck with these types of belts. This machine really can't be beat in terms of ease of use and flexibility. Then changing over to a belt is as simple as unscrewing this top piece here, removing the sleeve, and dropping in the belt, putting the screw back on here, and you're done. The movement of the machine is very smooth. If you add a graphite belt to this belt sanding piece, you get a lot less heat on the metal and on the belt, so you get a really smooth finish, and the sandpaper lasts a really long time. When you put the top back on, screw it back in, the motion of the machine is very quiet. It's very smooth. It's not a jumping machine. It's not a 3 horsepower belt sander. But for luthier work, you really don't need that. You don't even really need to wear your headphones when you're using this machine. You just need a dust mask. So the value for this machine is incredible. Sometimes you can find it on sale for about $149 at the Home Depot. It is a Home Depot exclusive machine. So sorry for those folks that don't have Home Depots in your country. But I know Canada and the United States, you can get this machine for a relatively good deal. You can even buy it online. You can search eBay for it. Really good machine. Only thing that I would really caution when using this machine is make sure that this table is level with this spindle, and you can do that with a level, or you can do that with the gauges on the side. The gauge on the side isn't always that accurate, so I always would take a straight edge and make sure that this is always flat with the spindle, because that way, if you're off by an inch or a degree or two, you'll get a side that's not even. So this machine is great for luthier work. It's perfect. Your guitar body sits right on top. You've got a nice wide area that you can go from side to side, and even on the belt side, sometimes you can sand with this smaller edge as well. Great machine. I actually have 2 of them. I have one in the garage that I strictly use for belt sanding, and then I use this one here in the basement for spindle sanding. The spindle sanding isn't as dirty. I can just hook up my dust collector, and I don't get a whole lot of dust floating around from this machine. I've had this machine about 8 years now. I think I was one of the first to buy it when they came out in this new orange color. I think previous versions of this machine had gray and white, but I've had this machine for about, like I said, I think six or 7 years. Another one I have upstairs I bought about 3 or 4 years ago, and all the parts go back and forth between the 2 machines. It's really a great setup, really great tool. Like I said, I'd buy another one if it broke.